taking a look at some of the latest trades in the NinjaTrader portfolio, NinjaTrader 50K portfolio, 11 strategies in that, and we have Cobra 3 right here. We're starting out with trades the E-mini S&P, day trades, and we're going to look at the performance summary for each of these so you can see the latest results and pull the performance summary in here. Nice historical results. Lately we've been in a drawdown, and it's been tough to short this market. There's lots of counter trend rallies, so we tried to short today and it got stopped out. So it's a very tight stop loss of $300, and so you're going to have less than 50% of the trades are winners, but it's got a positive expectancy, and we like to keep our losses small and let our profits run. And you can see how there's a tendency in the equity curve for this to go sideways and up. Last spring we made about $12,000. I'm sorry, last fall, from September of 2015 through January of 2016, made about a $12,000 run, and trying to anticipate if it will make another $12,000 run this fall, especially with the potential for volatility news, the elections. So I like getting in on strategies when they're in a drawdown, and this is in a drawdown, so it's definitely a strategy to look at and a portfolio to look at because of the potential upside with the controlled risk on the downside with daily trade of 1 with a stop loss of 300. So controlled risk on this strategy, and that is Cobra 3 E-mini S&P. Taking a look at the next strategy in this portfolio, Crude Oil Reversal. This is in our latest book, Algorithmic Trading Systems, and we're going to take a look at it. See, 70,570 are the results that are showing here, and there's different ways to set this up. I released this strategy in my book, Algorithmic Trading Systems. It's on Amazon, and you can see the results here. Nice average trade profit, nice run, periods of time, annual. Like I said, I released this last October, and this year it's up 69.40 on 31 trades, and you can see here looking for the average trade profit, about $200 a trade average trade profit. So it's had a good walk forward test since I've released this book, and so I highly encourage you to get that book or to get this portfolio and lease it from me directly if you don't want to lease the book and deal with the code yourself. I do have an online download for that if you get the book, and that's Crude Oil Reversal, also in our 50K portfolio. See, yesterday it's short, and today it's short as well. So gold, SR counter trend gold, one of my favorite strategies, one of the best equity curves. It doesn't trade often, it trades very infrequently. There are some months that this strategy does not trade. And taking a look at this, I have different start dates on these. Some of these don't go as far back as others to get a general idea. 45, 220, big average trade profit 213.30. Here's the equity curve. But back to 2009, you're only talking 212 trades, and but nice results. I've had this strategy around for several years. This has a good walk forward results, and it's near equity peaks. You're at equity peaks right here. Last 2 trades were winners. So tick count trend, very active strategy, and you see some of the results here. Let me look at the performance summary. $63, $212, $50. I like to look at it in currency. You see the equity curve. So this one trades a lot because it trades a lot. It has a lower average trade profit. Take that into consideration. And we have in our portfolio performance report, we take out slippage and commission. These reports do not take out slippage and commission. They use the liberal fill with open, so we cancel and replace to the market, and so there will be some slippage. And I like to take a look at that because it's more predictable than using the default fill type and not knowing whether you would have gotten filled or not. And so with this liberal fill type, you know for sure that you're going to get slippage, and you can go ahead and calculate it into the strategy. And there's the equity curve, and have some delayed quotes, so the fills look kind of different on this for now. This is my offline platform. Cobra Euro, nice long trade back on June 3rd. 43,412. 91.98 average trade profit. Nice for a day trade strategy. This is like SR counter trend gold. It doesn't trade that much. It has a nice equity curve. 472 trades since 2007, so a little bit more than SR counter trend gold, and pretty balanced between long and short. So that's a Euro strategy. Take a look at another crude oil strategy, SR counter trend. Crude oil has been tricky. It's kind of made some V moves, so it goes up, and when it pulls back a lot. And so it's been tough to buy the dips. We've had a strong uptrend, tried to buy the dips, it didn't work, tried to buy the dips, it didn't work, and so we'll see what happens with crude oil as it's at around 50. I anticipate higher prices, but we'll see. Here are the results of this strategy. Showing you strategies that are both in a run-up and a drawdown. So if you're going to trade a portfolio, it's a good combination to have. The recent run-ups do validate the current model, and the current drawdowns. If a strategy has a current drawdown, then it lets you get in at a lower price instead of the equity peak. So if you're trading a portfolio, having strategies that are both in run-ups and drawdowns, trend and counter trend, is a good mixture to have. And you see that this is how we are in the SR counter trend crude is where we're at. Average trade profit 67, and so this has more history to it. We could go back further, a little bit further, but I still like this strategy in crude oil. Soybeans, this was in a drawdown. It had a nice trade yesterday. Got stopped out today, and take a look at the equity curve for this. Change it to currency, 56,400. Nice equity curve, low drawdown, decent average trade profit, better on the long side, and that's soybeans. E-mini S&P, gap fill 1. This is for my book 7 trading systems for the S&P futures, and I've updated the code to include some more exit strategies. I'll tell you more about that next in a little bit. Currency. So back to 2005, I think the first trade, actually I don't have data until some of these dates go back further, but here you see 10/6/2005, even though I set the date back to January 2005, and you see the balance of long and short trades. Average trade profit is almost twice as high on the short trades, and there's a lot more long trades. So we require the moving average to be up for the long trades and down for the short trades. That's why there's more long trades, because stock indexes have been trending up more than down in recent years since 2005. There's the equity curve that everyone likes to see, pretty good. When something trades a lot and it has a nice equity curve, the average trade profit usually is low. You can improve these. Numbers, and that's why I updated the inputs for this. So a lot more inputs. I'll be offering this shortly. You see all these different exit strategies that I have not tested on this strategy. I've tested on other strategies, but one of the main keys is you can have a profit target long and a profit target short, and typically it works better to have a larger profit target on the short side. I tested 300 and 200. I haven't tested a whole range, but 300, 200 gave slightly better results. But be nice to find a way to improve the long trades, average trade profit, and so that's the effort and attempt that I've started working on and have not finished yet. But I like gap fills. I wrote a book on it, so that's the update for gap fill 1, and again the equity curve. It shows you there are opportunities to trade gap fills, as basic as that concept is. So that's the gap fill strategy for the E-mini S&P, and Gap continuation to be also from our book 7 Trading Systems. I like this strategy as well. This one doesn't trade as much, and the average trade profit is higher when it doesn't trade as much higher on the short side, almost three times as much on the short side. And for those that are anticipating a market crash or market sell-off, might be interested in taking a look at this strategy, because the average trade profit is very nice for a day trade strategy. And there it is. There's the equity curve for it as well. So that's gap continuation to be. Crude oil, Cobra Crude, one of my favorite crude oil strategies of all time. It's struggled a little bit in this market because it tends to do well on tends to do better on the long side. You see the long trade 60,000 versus 24,000 on the short trades, 503 versus 324, and the average trade profit is higher, and the equity curve is where it is. This is the more selective version that I created than the one I've had in the past, and then there you see the results. And bonds, Cobra bonds. It's been choppy lately, talking about negative interest rates and wondering how much higher the prices can go in this market. There is the equity curve, and nice pullbacks within the trend line. If you do technical analysis of this trend line, great place to enter. Average trade profit is lower on this, and so we've looked at money management algorithms in the past to improve it, or to wait for it to go into a drawdown, because obviously right now when it's going through a losing streak, the average trade profit is really low, and so you can imagine the cycle of average trade profits going up and down, up and down, up and down based on losing streaks and winning streaks. So right now average trade profit would be low because it is in a drawdown, and so when it cycles back into a winning streak, that average trade profit will boost up much higher. And so you can get some nice winners. We've had some big winners. This drawdown looks similar to this drawdown right here. And you see where it went from there. So these are the strategies in the 50K portfolio. These are NinjaTrader strategies that are also in the other platforms, TradeStation and MultiCharts. And I wanted to give you an update on that. And let me know if you have any questions on NinjaTrader. And they're going to be letting you know more about Gap Fill 1 and the opportunity to get the update for that at a later time.